Shwmai a chroeso I ddrill mynediad 1, uned 1. Shwmai and welcome to the entry level 1 unit 1 drill. Now the purpose of these videos is to help you to practice the language patterns of the sentences that are in your course book at home. And it's really important to remember as we are going through the patterns not to read your book as we go along, as it is more important to concentrate completely on what you are saying and your pronunciation. So how these videos will work is I will say a sentence and I will pause. And it's in this pause that you can repeat what I am saying. So I will say a Welsh sentence and then you will repeat after me. And if I say an English sentence, you will repeat after me, but in Welsh, as this will give you an opportunity to practice translating the English sentence into Welsh. So once again, I will say a sentence and pause, and then you will repeat after me, as the name of the game when you are learning a language is repetition, repetition. Right, felly bant â ni, away we go to practice the first drills in mynediad 1, uned 1. So to start, we're going to be practicing introducing ourselves and then asking who somebody is. Beth yw, what is I am in Welsh? Dwi, dwi. Now when we want to introduce ourselves in Welsh, the important thing comes first, so your name comes first. Therefore, if your name is Sean, you would say, Sean dwi. Sean dwi. Sean dwi. I'm Sean. Da iawn. Sean dwi. Da iawn. And if your name is Sian, you would introduce yourself as Sian dwi. Sian dwi. Sian dwi. I'm Sian. Da iawn. Sian dwi. Da iawn. Da iawn. What is the word for who in Welsh? Pwy. Pwy. So if you want to ask somebody, who are you? We say, pwy dych chi? Pwy dych chi? Pwy dych chi? Who are you? Da iawn. Pwy dych chi? Da iawn, da iawn. Beth yw, what is the word for how in Welsh? Da iawn. Sit. Sit. So in the book, asking somebody how are you is written out as sit dych chi. Sit dych chi. But we're going to practice saying it in a spoken Welsh way, or as we say it in South Wales. So when we want to ask somebody, how are you? We say, shwd i chi? Shwd i chi? Shwd i chi? How are you? Da iawn. Shwd i chi? Da iawn. So as I explained, written out, asking somebody who are you is spelt sit dych chi. Sit dych chi. But as I said, in a spoken Welsh, especially in South Wales, if you were to ask somebody how are you, we would say shwd i chi. Shwd i chi. Da iawn. Right, so we're going to practice now answering this question. How are you? How are you? So if you wanted to say you are okay, you would say iawn. 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 Okay. Da iawn. Iawn. Now, if you were very well, thank you, you would say da iawn, diolch. Da iawn, diolch. Da iawn, diolch. Very well, thanks. Da iawn, diolch. Da iawn. Now, hopefully not, but if you're ever terrible, you would say ofnadwy. 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 Terrible. Da iawn. Ofnadwy. Da iawn. Moving on. Tired in Welsh is wedi blino. Wedi blino. Wedi blino. Tired. Da iawn. Wedi blino. Da iawn. Da iawn. So we've practiced now introducing ourselves, asking who somebody is, how they are, and then practicing a few answers. Iawn, da iawn, diolch, ofnadwy, a wedi blino. So we're going to be moving on now to practice some Welsh numbers, 1 to 10. Dim. 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 0. Da iawn. Dim. Un. 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 1. Da iawn. 1. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. Da iawn. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 5. 5. 5. 5. Pump. Da iawn. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Da iawn. 7. 7. 7. 7. Da iawn. 7. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. Da iawn. 10. 10. 10. 10. Da iawn. 10. Brilliant. Da iawn. Da iawn. So moving along, we are now going to be practicing asking somebody, where do you live? Where do you live? Now, a really big difference between Welsh and English is in Welsh we have two versions of you. Two versions. We have a singular and informal pattern and a plural and formal pattern. Now, your tutor will explain this to you in your lesson. So what we'll do now is we'll just practice the two ways of asking, where do you live? The formal and plural version we'll start off with, and then we move on to the singular and informal pattern. So if you wanted to ask somebody using the plural and formal pattern, where do you live in Welsh? It's ble dych chi'n byw? Ble dych chi'n byw? Ble dych chi'n byw? Where do you live? Da iawn. Ble dych chi'n byw? Da iawn. And now we'll ask, where do you live? But singular you and informal. Ble rwy ti'n byw? Ble rwy ti'n byw? Ble rwy ti'n byw? Where do you live? Ble rwy ti'n byw? Da iawn. So as I explained, your tutor will go over the differences between those these two U's with you in your lesson. But the plural and formal U always has a ch sound, and the singular informal U always has a t sound, T. Chi, formal and plural, and T, singular and informal. So as I said, your tutor will explain this to you in your lesson. So So moving on, we're going to be practicing some simple sentences, just saying what we drive, what we watch, read and learn. So we're going to be saying I am driving or I drive. So what is beth yw to drive in Welsh? Gyrru. Gyrru. Dwi'n gyrru fiesta. Dwi'n gyrru fiesta. Dwi'n gyrru fiesta. I drive a fiesta. Dwi'n gyrru fiesta. Da iawn. Beth yw what is to watch in Welsh? Gwylio. Gwylio. Dwi'n gwylio strictly. Dwi'n gwylio strictly. Dwi'n gwylio strictly. I watch strictly. Dwi'n gwylio strictly. Da iawn. Beth yw what is to read in Welsh? Darllen. Darllen. Dwi'n darllen y Western Mail. Dwi'n darllen y Western Mail. Dwi'n darllen y Western Mail. I read the Western Mail. Da iawn. Dwi'n darllen y Western Mail. Da iawn. What is beth yw to learn in Welsh? Or learning? Dysgu. Dysgu. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. I'm learning Welsh. Da iawn. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. Da iawn. Da iawn. And there we are. A good sentence to finish on. Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg. And it's something that you can now shout from the rooftops with pride. But dyna ni. There we are. Llongyfarchiadau. Congratulations for finishing your mynediad 1, uned 1 drill. Phob lwc. Good luck to you on your taith iaith, your language journey. And I will see you in the next video. Hwyl fawr.